some late night coffee, hanging out, Christmas Eve. Hopefully everyone's doing okay tonight. Not really much going on here on my end, so I figured might as well jump online and just hang out with some people who I don't know, don't have any much plans tonight, like myself. We don't really have anything going on tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see my family or whatnot, so I'm gonna go to my mom's and you're gonna go to my dad's later in the day. But tonight I'm by myself and my kids. Daughter's off in New Mexico, obviously. My son is, I don't know what he's doing. So just me, just sitting home. Kind of sad, but you know what? Could be worse. So anyway, hope everyone's doing good tonight. I saw SDA in there. Hello. Aggressively relaxing. Hello, how are you? Ben, how you doing? Ugly Ewok. Where is the Christmas tree? I do not have a Christmas tree. I haven't bought a Christmas tree since the... actually, never really bought a Christmas tree very often. Every now and then we did, but not very much. Sheila, how you doing? Drinking any coffee? Yes, coffee, brand new Conundrum coffee. They sent me a nice little care package, and with a bunch of different flavors. So I've been trying them out. I actually got a bunch of coffee sent my way, so I've been trying out some different stuff. Merry Christmas to you too, Scott. Looks like SDA is having some coffee as well. Naga Comics, Merry Christmas to you as well. I'm wrapping why you're wrapping presents. Chicken and Pedro, Merry Christmas, E. Beulah. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas Eve to you. Nick, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Merry Christmas, sir. Appreciate you, my friend. Hopefully everything is going well over at the Dynamite end of things. So I wrangled up like 15 of my favorite books that came out this year. I'm going to kind of go over them, just something to do on the stream. There's really no particular order, to be honest, of them. And the majority of the books, they might have came out like in 2020, but majority of the series came out in 2021. So that's why I included it with this. And just something a little to talk about and stuff. So there's 15 books in there. Not a lot of DC, unfortunately, just because I got rid of a lot of DC stuff and kind of pulled the plug on buying some of those. So I probably missed off quite a few of them. Sanders, hello, how are you? White Tiger, Cool Calm Collected, hello, how are you? Cowabunga fam. Yes, well, I don't know if I'll be on. I mean, I'll be on the bus, but I'll probably come back to family. You know what I'm saying? So if I can get somewhere, that's probably where I'm going to be. But I will be living on the bus, yes. But I'll be in the neighborhood of family and stuff like that. So, the Setting Climax, how you doing? Is Action Comics 518 a good book? I don't know. James, good evening. How are you? Kids are tracking Santa. That's awesome. That's I'm share a little Christmas story if you guys don't mind. It's kind of cute. When I was a little kid, really little, like kindergarten, stuff like that. Before that, preschool. My brothers and sisters were quite a bit older than me. My nearest brother is about 7 years older than I am. And so they all knew the deal with Santa Claus and stuff like that. So we used to live out on a farm during that time, and there was a little street, like not too far from our neighborhood, that was actually like a little airport for little mini planes, and everyone who lived on that street had a little mini plane and stuff. And so Christmas Eve, my mom and dad would take me out at night looking for Santa Claus and looking for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff in the sky. And so we would leave. And then after we left, my brothers and sisters would put all the presents underneath the tree while I was gone. And we'd drive around. Sure enough, we'd find red lights in the sky because the airport was right down the street. So there was always, people out flying, especially Christmas Eve, like seeing the lights and everything. So I'd always see something, oh, that's it. And I'd get all excited. And sure enough, we'd come home like 15 minutes later, and my brothers and sisters would be like, yo, you just missed him. He was just here. He dropped off all these presents. And there was just, hundreds of presents underneath the tree. And it was just crazy. So that was a little thing that my mom and dad did for me. And that's something I actually kind of carried on a little bit for my kids as well when they were younger. So we drive around, look for Rudolph and stuff like that. And so, oh, that's it. It's just a plane. Anyway, that was fun. Harm's Way, how you doing? Will you actively look for rivers to live by in your... Yes, I love rivers. Why not, man? Rivers are the best. Rivers and lakes, man. Hot springs. Hot springs would be the best. Real quick, I want to show this real fast. Somebody sent me this. Eric sent me this great photo of the Portland comic crew, and they made this and stuff. And I don't know his online Eric's, like if he has an Instagram or anything like that, but he drew this, and it's of myself. It's of myself. It's Sam, Damien, Sleepy Reader, and Bob sitting around having coffee together. And on our t-shirts are all the logos for our comic book channels. And I thought it was really neat. And if you look, there's Sam. He's holding a comic book. And on the comic book, it's probably hard to see, but there's the Punisher, there's Spider-Man, there's Conan, and then there's Daredevil, which is all four of our favorite characters. And one thing we were struggling with, we were looking where it said PCC, and there was all this stuff there. Like, why is there a gun right there? Well, the gun is for the Punisher. The web is for the Spider-Man. The sword is for Conan, and the little club, that is for Daredevil. So we finally picked that up. Actually, Sam or Bob's wife picked that up and kind of shared that with us. But anyway, it's kind of really neat, really great picture of the four of us just sitting around, drinking coffee, talking about comics. So thank you, Eric, who made this. This is very special to me, very special to the other members of the comic book Portland comic crew who were in here. We all got a big lot of joy out of seeing this and everything. So looking forward to getting this framed and stuff, and of course getting a copy to my fellow brothers in the crew. So anyway, there you go. Not bad. Not a bad little Christmas gift. For someone to take the time to do that, it's pretty special. So thank you so much, Eric. And then the van, absolutely. It's definitely going to go in the van. Not a lot of place to hang things, but this is definitely going to make it. Not a lot of hanging opportunities. So, but then I'll find a place for that. Patrick, Merry Christmas to you also. Appreciate that. All right, let's kind of go through my top 15 books that I've enjoyed. These are just ones that I read. These are not my, the other area. So we'll start with this one right here. Because really this is like almost an honorable mention because I felt bad because there was hardly any DC in my list. And this is the only series I've been reading. This is Blue and Gold, #1, by none other than Dan. I'm still got that cough. None other than Dan Jurgens. And me and Dan and Nick from Dynamite put out a book this year, the Red Sonja one. And this is Dan Jurgens' ongoing series that he did for DC, Blue and Gold. There's 4 issues into this. There's 4 more to go. It's a fun book with these two characters and kind of their relationship. It's not really a book to take too seriously. There's going to be some cameos going forward, but it's just a fun read. And he's having a good time writing this book because he created Booster Gold, Dan Jurgens, so he's having a lot of fun writing them again. And I've enjoyed the series. 4 more to go. I remember Dan telling me about it at the Comic-Con where we met and stuff like that. So I was really excited to pick this up. So Very cool book. The last book, I believe, it was written in 3 different versions, like Booster Gold's version, Blue Beetle's version, and then Truth. And so it was written, and then it was drawn by each of the different people to draw it. So it was pretty cool. So fun book, Blue and Gold. Only 4 more to go. Interesting. Not bad at all. That made the list. Captain Comics, how you doing? Joe 47771, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in here. Blue and Gold is fun. The back and forth between the Beetle and the Booster makes for the gooder. Yeah, it does. That's why I like it. It's kind of the banter they have, going back and forth. Billy, how you doing? What's in the box? Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Actually, it's a 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's Christmas in some places, so. Like I said, these are in no particular order. I didn't really put them in order, but if I had to put this is probably my top 3, maybe my top 1. Shadow Doctor by Aftershock Comics. Wonderful, real book. This is a true story of a grandson telling the story about his grandfather. And his grandfather ended up being the doctor for the mafia or for Al Capone. And he's basically learning about this, or his father's learning about this from the bedside of his grandfather. And he's telling him the story about what he did when he was younger and while his grandfather is passing away on his bedside. So honestly, amazing book. Needs to be made into a movie. I would love to see this movie played out. It's just a beautiful. It's a 5-issue series. I don't think we're going to get any more. There's no volume 2. They haven't said anything, but the conundrum of the doctor, to where he wants to be a doctor, but at what cost does he want to be a doctor? Does he want to be attached to the mob and stuff and kind of doing their thing, or does he have to be attached to the mob to be a doctor? So I mean, it's just wonderful book. Aftershock does a great job. Shadow Doctor, I talked about it all the time. If you didn't read this series, you'll pick up the trade. It's worth it. It's amazing. Easily in top 3, maybe my favorite book of the year, to be honest. Favorite movie, Street Fighter with Van Damme. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Here's another one I really enjoyed. This is Nocterra. This is probably in my top 10. This is top 15. Nocterra, fun book. I read the first 5 issues of this series. Apparently, they are now making a TV show or movie about this. It's pretty much about the girl right there and her family, or her brother. I don't know if it's swinged a little bit since I stopped reading it. But the lights go off, pretty much. And it's a different world. There's like these creatures that live in the dark and everything. It's just fun. And then they have this other, I'm trying to think if that's the right thing. I think that is. I'm getting this confused with Geiger a little bit, because Geiger came out at exactly the same time. And that's not the same character. No. Okay. So there's a character. I think they're doing a Nocterra one-shot that comes out here next week or so. And Blacktop Bill or something like that. I think that's his name. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's the character. Like I said, I'm getting them confused. But Nocterra is a lot of fun. Beautiful looking book. The covers are great. And just love the new, Image tried to do a little bit of superhero stuff, but still kind of keep it edgy. And I thought they did a good job with it. So Nocterra, another fun book, another new series. Definitely get a hold of. We do have a Marvel book in here. I got a couple Marvel books in here. This only has 3 issues out right now. And but I've actually enjoyed it. It's a Dark Ages #1. And this is a this is a standalone story that's not in conjunction with anything in the Marvel Universe. It's basically the Dark Ages. Everything kind of goes to kaput. Electricity's gone. Everything's gone or whatnot, Then they come back a few years later, fast forward, and they're pretty much living in the Dark Ages, And then they have to learn how to survive and learn how to thrive. And for the most part, it's actually going pretty well after some struggle. it starts going pretty well. And then obviously that's not going to last. How much fun will that be? So they got to add some conflict to it. And they had some conflict to it. So that's kind of where they're at now. But Dark Ages, kind of a fun read from Marvel. Like I said, it's not in conjunction with anything. It's a standalone story. And really for the most part, most of the Marvel books I'm liking are standalone stories at this point, because the actual Marvel universe is getting a little confusing for the regular stuff. So anyway, Dark Ages, definitely a good read. Only 3 issues in, easy one to start picking up. Venom Spawn, how you doing? Yeah, Blacktop Bill one shot. Yep, I think it's the week after. Daryl, hello, how are you? Merry night before Christmas Eve. I can't believe it's only 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm doing good. But if you're on the East Coast, Merry Christmas. I got nothing else to do, man. I'm all alone on Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's kind of the way it goes here at the Bueller house. This is fine. So I think I said a little Biggie Shack. Okay, this one is kind of neat. This one, I didn't even know that there was coming out with another issue. But this was just kind of a fun book. If you guys are fans of Nicolas Cage, his movies that he does are just kind of weird and stuff now that he gets to do. And they did a movie called Willy's Wonderland. And I had no idea that they were going to translate it into a comic book. And basically, if you take Chuck E. Cheese and you take Nicolas Cage and you stick them together, and the Chuck E. Cheese characters come to life, and Nicolas Cage decides to murder them. That's what the movie was about. And that's where the comic book is kind of like that. Kind of like that. They're hopefully building to that point. But the characters are in here. The Willy's Wonderland. The characters are in there, and they're murdering people and doing all that thing. So it's a lot of fun. I think this is a prequel, if I'm not mistaken. But Willy's Wonderland issue 2 just came out this last week, I was surprised. But this is a fun book. And if you like the movie, which I did, because Nicolas Cage didn't even say anything the whole movie, he just sat there and just killed these animatronic creatures and stuff through the whole movie. This is kind of fun. So I was surprised to see this come out, so I definitely picked it up. I was surprised that my shop had it, to be honest. I was like, whoa. They don't get a lot of obscure third-party titles, and for some reason they have this, so I jumped on it. So I just, there you go. Willy's Wonderland, another great one. Miss So, hello, Christmas tree. That's awesome. Another great book, and I talked about this one before. This is The Recount by Jonathan Hendrick. That one was autographed to me. This is a different variant or whatnot from Jonathan. Just a wonderful series. I've been on this from day one. Even before it came out, I was on this book and kind of telling people about it. It's got a lot more attention since then, for one, being an option and everything. But I've really enjoyed it from Scout Comics. Jonathan is a great guy and just did a great job in this book. It's about a group of people who decide to just eliminate a whole side of a political race, or a political, not a race, but political party. And it doesn't matter whether you're the head of it or you just signed up to deliver flyers. They're out there to eliminate you, but they never tell you why. That's the thing. They never really tell you why, and you don't even know what the parties stand for, because that's not what it's about. It's not really people like, oh, that's a political book. He said that it's not really meant to be political, but obviously you can tie whatever you want into there. Anybody can tie anything they want, stuff like this. So, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of espionage, and you never know who to trust type thing. So it's kind of a mystery and stuff like that, wrapped in a riddle and all that good stuff. So The Recount, Volume 1, Number 1. Love this book. They're coming out with Volume 2 pretty soon. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a good series. This one right here is probably my favorite. This is in the top 3 for sure. Maybe number 2 as far as overall book. This one is probably Man, that's right there. As far as single book, I probably say this is the best book of the year. This is crossover number 7. This is the one where Chip Zdarsky takes over, and Chip Zdarsky takes over writing, and he kind of writes himself into the book, and it's a totally meta book, and I don't even know what that means really, but that's what it is. And because I had to ask someone, and they said, yes, you're right. So anyway, crossover. This book is awesome. It's amazing. It is amazing. This single issue, if you just read this issue, you'd be just fine. You don't even have to read the other ones. But read the other ones. Crossover number 7, Chip Zdarsky takes over from Donny Cates. This is the best crossover issue that there is. Even Donny Cates will tell you that. He knows it is, but it's awesome. So the just what he does, and he puts him in the book as the writer and the actual character, because that's what a crossover is. Gets murdered and all this stuff. And I gotta tell you, I'll tell you guys right now. I've been telling you guys to look out for issue 12, and now I come to see that's where they're going to reveal the killer in issue 12. And I have a couple ideas who the killer might be. Now I'm just going to share. This is not inside information. This is just me reading the series and trying to piece things together. I originally thought it was Donny Cates is the killer, and I asked Donny Cates about this. He didn't say nothing to me. But Donny Cates was just revealed in issue number 10. So I don't know for sure if he's the killer. So my second guess is it's Todd McFarlane. And Todd McFarlane and Donny Cates are really close. And that's the whole thing about the creators in this book. I'm saying it's either Donny Cates, which I'm kind of leaning away from now, or which I'm leaning heavy towards is Todd McFarlane. So Todd McFarlane, I think he's the killer in crossover. And we'll find out in issue 12 if I'm right. So, hi, Paige. Merry Christmas, Paige. It's not Christmas there yet, but yeah. See, my kids aren't here, so I'm all alone. They're out hanging out with other families and stuff like that. And I took a nap today, and that was about it. All right, Paige. I love you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have fun. She just wanted to stop in and say hello. Firehawk, hello, how are you? Next Christmas, I'm just going to show up on her door. That's the one thing about the bus. I just show up where I want to. Linda, hello. How are you? All right. Speaking of Spawn, we'll just do both of these. They came out this year. We have Gunslinger Spawn. I really enjoyed it. Just a lot of fun. The more Spawn, the better. And King Spawn number 1. There you go. I mean, I talk about these all the time. But these are 2 of the Spawn on the brand new ongoing series. They start off with the Spawn universe. They got the Scorched coming out next year. Brand new team one. But anything I can get more Spawn stuff, I love it. So I've enjoyed King Spawn. Probably King Spawn a little bit better than Gunslinger, but Gunslinger's only had 3 issues. King Spawn has had about 5 or 6. So a little bit more into that story. But very cool. Beautiful looking books. The price is right, $2.99 for the after issue number 1. But definitely any of the Spawns right now, they are on my list, and I really enjoy reading them. I look forward to picking them up every week. I pick up every variant that comes out. That's just the regular variant. I don't get any ratio ones. So $2.99. And they dropped back. They were doing 4, and they're only doing 2 now because of the Venom Spawn. Yep, I did read that one. They're only doing 2 now because of the paper shortage and stuff. So hopefully they go back up to 4. I don't mind paying $2.99 and helping out Todd. Okay, this one just came out, and I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to give it some more attention. Wastelander Wolverine by Marvel. It's a standalone story by itself. Just a lot of fun with Wolverine, and it's been on a couple weeks, so I'll just kind of spoil it a little bit. It's Wolverine walking around. He's got he's on a horse, and he's got a little baby Hulk with him, and the baby Hulk is just kind of crying the whole time and upset, and he goes to this town. There's a big robot. He pops out, and the robot is made of adamantium. And then there's a big, huge battle between Wolverine and the robot, and inside the robot is a certain character. And I'll leave that part out. So you guys, if you guys want to read it, you guys can figure out that surprise. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's just a little one shot. All these little Wastelander ones that are coming out are just one shots. The Hawkeye one is pretty good. It's sitting right there, and I like that. It had the Juggernaut in it, and so. But yeah, I think these are good. I'm actually going to get all these Wastelander one shots. They got Black Widow. They got Quinn, or the Star-Lord guy or whatnot. So I was surprised. I enjoyed it. Just for a quick read, little one shot. It's not bad. So it's going to get some attention. Not everything needs the whole 12-issue run for a year, but some do. Enjoy Vinyl a lot. All the different serial killers and their missions. Yep. Well, speaking of, it's on my list, so it's right here. So, yes, I did enjoy Vinyl. The colors captured me right away. The covers looked awesome. The colors, how they did it, kind of remind me a little bit of that cell shading thing that they did for Borderlands, for the video game. So I really enjoyed it. Then I enjoyed the book, and I remember reading this one, and it was like, is he a killer? Is he an FBI? Is he like an agent or whatnot? You really don't know. And then as the book goes along, you kind of learn what's going on. But it's bloody. It's violent. It's the color of the blood. It's red. It's bright red. It kind of pops off the page a little bit. And I really enjoyed this. So 5 or 6 issue series. Can't remember for sure. But I was very happy with this book. And like I said, the artwork in it is awesome. It's definitely worth it. Image definitely has a lot of places on this list this year. I think Image had the best year by far in comparison to anyone else putting out books. So Vinyl did make my top 15 list of the year. So there you go. Let's see here. Let's give another DC book some love. Sasquatch. Thanks for giving a shout out to Doctor some love. Easy, man. Like I said, it's probably my top 3, maybe number 1 book, the series of the year. Probably number 1 series of the year. Stray Dogs, yeah. I have the trade paperback of it. I haven't read it yet. I actually picked up the trade. Need to read its autograph. I was going to give it to my daughter. Any thoughts on the What If Miles Morales? I didn't read that. Was that one that came out this year? Sleepy Reader, how's it going, my friend? Appreciate you. Merry Christmas, or Merry Christmas Eve. Okay, DC, Nice House on the Lake. This is on hiatus right now, I believe. I finally did read the first 2 issues and really enjoyed them. I got, 4 more issues to go. This is the Things from Another World variant. This is actually my favorite variant that they did for it. And it's interesting. It's kind of, I need to read the rest. And the concept of it, he invites all these people to his house, and then the world is ending for the most part. And I really feel as though I can't do this justice because I haven't read all the books yet. But from what I've read, I'm really looking forward to reading it. And you guys have probably read this, so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is not a sleeper book. A lot of people buy this, and the book is doing really well. But The Nice House on the Lake by James Tynion. This is by far probably the one that he's doing right now that I like the best. He stopped doing Batman, obviously. I think House of Slaughter really doesn't do it for me. I read the first one, didn't like it. And honestly, some of these Killing the Children really died off for me this year as well. So this one is the one I'm liking the most from him. But he's concentrating right now, it kind of seems like, on his Substack thing. So we're getting a break for a lot of his books. So anyway, but Nice House on the Lake. If you haven't picked it up, go pick up the trade. I think you can pick that up right now. And it's a good read. It's different. And it's a black label. So there you go. All right. Getting down there. Another great series was from Scotty Young. The Me You Love in the Dark. You know what? I didn't know what to expect from this going in. And I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed this 5 or 6 issue series. Really read them all. It's about this girl. She's on the cover. She's kind of an artist, and she's kind of having a hard time finding her inspiration. So she rents this house out in the middle of nowhere, kind of. It's got some history to it. People think it's haunted and stuff. So she's like, oh, maybe that will inspire me. She goes to this house, and she kind of like taunts, like maybe it's haunted or not, and turns out it is. There is a ghost that's there, and then they like start like having a relationship, like a physical, I don't know how that works, ghost relationship and stuff like that. Then the ghost gets all jealous because she wants to leave the house, and like her manager comes down there, and her manager doesn't have a good day when he gets down there, and it all goes to shit. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. Loved the book. Was a little surprised where it went and everything. But I thought it being like a 5 or 6 issue series was perfect for it. Didn't need to be more than that. I thought it told the story it needed to tell pretty quickly, and there wasn't a lot of just fluff around there. So really enjoyed it. So there you go. The Me You Love in the Dark. You could probably pick this up as a trade all by itself. Scotty Young, same team that did the Middle West, which is really good, did this. And definitely one of my top series of the year for sure. Let's see here. So it comes out next year. Okay, the What If, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really hear about that. I love the Me You Love in the Dark. Yep, I did too. I thought it was awesome. Steve, hello. Good to see you. I'm loving your top 15. Awesome, man. We're almost done. So, Big Herm, how's it going, my friend? Just something I just wanted to put together. Okay, here we go. Geiger, number 1. I read the first 5. I sold this series off, and I feel a little regret that I did. So I'm going to try to pick up the trade, and I got a copy of number 1 just sent to me recently. Thank you. I think you're in the chat, or you were in the chat. So thank you. But Geiger number 1. I love this series. It's about if you take this book, it's literally Fallout New Vegas. And I love Fallout. It's like one of my favorites, with a little bit of superhero type mixed in there with the green guy and stuff like that. And now they're going a whole different route because I didn't read the last few issues, so they're going a different direction. I don't even know that are they doing something different. I don't know. I kind of missed out after I sold it. I missed the last few where they were going. But the characters that they introduced with the whole Caesar looking dude and the family, the little girl and her brother and stuff like that, the Geiger character and a little bit of his backstory. I thought Jeff Johns did a wonderful job bringing this character. There's another one they were trying to do with the superhero. Geiger and Nocterra came out the same week, and 2 great titles on 1 week and stuff like that. So there you go, Geiger. I love the little checkered. It's a throwback to the DC stuff there, but I love the little checkered there on the cover there. But Geiger, definitely a good read, definitely worth your time. Definitely pick it up if you can. Like I said, I'm going to try to get the trade and kind of get back on it and kind of go from there. So there you are, Geiger, number 1, another great book. All right, I got one last book. And does anyone want to take a guess of what it is? Glad I caught you live. Makes work on this early X-Men morning. Oh, you're working, man? That sucks. Good year for Image. Yes, probably one of the best years for Image for a long time. So, does anyone want to take a guess what my last book is? And it's probably my top 1 or 2. No, I didn't put Spawn because I gave King Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn in there. So I want to go with something new. Roadhouse, close. That's a good guess. That's a really good guess. Silver Coin, no. Silver Coin was a hit and miss. Some I really liked, and some were just like I didn't know what they were doing. But there was, depending on who's writing the Silver Coin, some are good, some are bad. Layla Starr, nope, that didn't make the list. That's Robbie's Ron V love. He's got that taken care of, so I don't even want to step on his toes. So can't put any Ron V stuff on. There you go. The Scumbag this came out before. This came out in 2020, but the majority of the series was out here during 2021. The Scumbag by Rick Remender. Easily my favorite book of the year. It's scumbaggery in its all its goodness. It's raunchy. It's not for kids. It's the Benny Hill of comic books right now, with a little extra sauce on the side, and it's just fun. You never knew where it was going. The only thing you knew that you were going to get out of this book was like parties and orgies and just crazy debauchery in every issue. And you know what? Sometimes you need a nice little release. And this book provided. It's not meant to be taken seriously at all. People can get offended by this book, but really it's not worth getting offended. It's pure. It's a Roadhouse book. Okay, it's just like violence, some ladies and music and rock and roll and all that good stuff all put together in a book, and just take 15 minutes and read the book, and just don't worry about anything else, and just at the end of it, it's pretty funny. Just have a good time, okay? And anyway, the Scumbag, the whole run, I think they're on issue 11 or something like that right now. It's great. The premise is this character right here. He's a scumbag. He's like the worst. He's like the lowest of the low, and he's all about like women and doing drugs and all this stuff. And he accidentally takes a serum that makes him like the super spy of all spies, or super agent of all agents. And so basically, the super agent is now the scummiest person alive. And he doesn't want to give up being like the scummiest person alive, but he still is gonna do the agent stuff. And let's just say we definitely get some different parallels in comparison to James Bond. He definitely gets the ladies. I'll tell you that. But anyway, the Scumbag, if you're not reading this, I don't blame you. To be totally honest. Bob doesn't like this one, and I get it, but it's just fun. It's just every now and then you just kind of take a little breather, read something kind of fun and kind of stupid and stuff like that. And that's what this is. So there you go. That's my top 15. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going up here. Good Asian. I read the first one. I didn't really I didn't like it that much, to be honest. Sorry to hear about Sam. I love the BS show. The banter between you two was fantastic. I was hoping you guys would have another show before you started the van life. Yep. Appreciate that, man. There's a lot of good BS shows that are out there to watch. I think we did about 50 episodes, so they'll be out there forever. So that's good. You couldn't get past that. A lot of people couldn't, and I totally understand. That number one, especially when he's sitting on the outside the bar and he's on the sidewalk. That's definitely one of those moments like, is this something I want to read? So artwork and story is good. Yeah, and they change it up every now and then too. So it's not all the changes they've done is actually done. It hasn't been bad. I mean, it's some are better than others, but really it fits. They all get the style. Nocterra stuff good. Yep. Just for Bueller. Scumbag has a great run, great pick. We got issues. Thank you so much. Pure quality entertainment. Yeah. So let me just do a quick rundown of my 15 real quick. Like I said, these are in no order at all. I just kind of grabbed them. And they're 15 because I couldn't get them down to 10. So obviously the Scumbag. Geiger. Yumi, Love in the Dark. That series is over. House on the Lake. Nice House on the Lake. Vinyl, this series is over as well. Wastelander Wolverine, one shot. Just really enjoyed it. Kind of a fun book. Gunslinger Spawn. King Spawn. All the Spawns for that matter. Crossover number 7. That individual book. The Recount. The series is over. Volume 2 is coming out. Willy's Wonderland, that was a lot of fun. Dark Ages, this was pretty good. Only 3 issues into that one. Nocterra, Shadow Doctor, Aftershock, probably maybe my favorite. It's a cross between this one and Scumbag. Blue and Gold. There you go. So there you go. That's my top 15 in no particular order series that I've enjoyed this year. And looking forward to the ones that are still going on into next year and a bunch of other new stuff as well. So should be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's about that. Let's see, I got that off the list. I want to I put out a video last night with Jerry Conway, and kind of Jerry Conway giving his opinion on the Punisher symbol and stuff like that. And this is something I asked him. This is a video I redid with him back at the SummerCon earlier this summer and stuff like that. But I thought it was poignant to kind of cut it out because people probably lost it. It was kind of buried in the live stream. So I thought it was poignant just to cut it out and then put it on the separate because of what's going on with the Punisher logo right now. And my question to him was literally, as the creator of the Punisher and you making this, what is your thoughts? What does the Punisher logo mean to you? And so he shared his opinion, and I listened to him and stuff like that. And I don't quite agree with him on everything he said, to be totally honest. But I want to be respectful and give him his time that he gave me. So he looks at it a certain way. There's some stuff I do agree with him. I think he's around the money. And then there's some stuff he said that I don't agree with. And I'm like, okay. But it's really interesting to me, the fact that, and I can't really put myself in his shoes, but he's the creator. This is something he put out there to the world and probably had a vision in his head, what it would mean to people and everything like that. And then people took it and kind of twisted it and let it mean something else. I can look at the symbol and say what it means to me. I'm not the creator. I don't have that connection to it. I found the symbol, what it means to me, what it's meant to me over my collecting years or whatnot. It's going to be different than what the person who actually created the symbol or created the character, what it means to them. And I think people are having a hard time with that because I saw a lot of comments in there that were just kind of really hard on Jerry about his thoughts on that. And I think it's really hard to put yourself in the creator's shoes, the actual person who created it, not just the individual. We just know the symbol because we've looked at the book and we've read books, and that's where we perceive it. He has personal ownership of it, that it came with him in co-creating the character. So he's obviously going to look at it a different way. And I think you have to take that into perspective. Whether you agree with him or not, you got to look at it that way. Okay, and just know that here's a gentleman that made this himself, put it out in the world, had a certain reasonable expectation for what it would mean because he put it out there, and then it's been twisted over the years to possibly mean something different. And that for a creator, that's probably going to be hard to accept. If I made a movie or something like that, and it was a movie about this, and people took it a whole different way, and it's like, no, that's not what I was trying to say or do. Then it would be really hard for me to accept that or whatnot. And I think he's kind of in that same point. And so I tried to put myself in his shoes and understand, what he was saying, and I can do it. It doesn't mean I agree with it because I can't know the feeling of actually creating something like that, putting it out there and having it become iconic, original idea, thought, co-created, goes out there in the world, becomes its own thing and stuff like that, And anyway, so I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched it. For the people who are kind of, somebody even said something about like, oh, he's just saying this until he dies or until he kicks the bucket. I'm like, shit, it's like, I get it, you don't agree with him, but you don't have to, mention him dying, it's like, so that comment or whatnot was, I deleted that one or something, So, But anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched that video. And you don't have to agree with him. Like I said, I don't agree with some of the stuff he said. And I've watched videos with some other stuff that he said. I don't quite agree with some of his thoughts and stuff like that. But there is stuff I do agree with. He's pointed out the fact that a lot of people have that symbol. They don't even know who the Punisher is. They've never even read a comic book. And I think that's very true. I think that's very true. I think that a lot of people don't have any clue. I just talked to someone today, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know that symbol. Some lady made." I go, "No, there's no lady that made it." I told them the history, like, "Oh, I had no idea," but they knew the symbol, and they saw it on on the news or something like that. So it's like, no, I mean, So anyway, thank you to everyone who's watched it, and it's just something. It's a quick video. It's like 10 minutes long, and we ask him about the symbol, and we ask him about the comic book industry, because he made some tweets a while back about that. Kind of shared his opinions and stuff, and they're interesting opinions. He has some ideas, because you got to remember, he was head of Marvel for a while. He was actually the head honcho for Marvel for many years. So anyway, he created a lot of stuff too. And there were some few comments in there that were kind of like trying to take away from what he did. And it's like, I mean, I understand that you just don't agree with what he said, but don't, just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean you have to belittle them or undo what they've done. He's involved with many different characters. It's been he's made many different characters in the universe and stuff like that. He wrote the Conan movie, or one of them, co-wrote it. He was responsible for the death of Gwen Stacy, which is a huge event in comic books. So to belittle him by questioning his creations, it's just it's kind of an ass thing to do. You don't need to do that. You can not agree with someone, but you don't have to be a dick about it. You can just say, "Oh, it is what it is." My best friend, I don't agree with half the stuff that he's into, but I don't care. We're friends. It's no big deal. He's into his things, and I don't agree with him, and it's like I wouldn't have any interest in that stuff at all. And politically, we're probably totally opposite. I don't care. We can still be friends. It's not a big deal. So, TM Nerdy, how you doing? Yeah, I'm sure I do. Yeah, I'm sure you don't, man. What's the fun of that? You don't want people to agree 100%. There's no fun in that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Love Shadow Doctor. Let's see. Just kind of scrolling up here. I want the Spawn 303 Singapore variant. I don't know if I saw that one. I watched it, enjoyed it. Awesome. Gorham, hello, how are you? Steven Spock, how you doing? Merry Christmas, Christina. Merry Christmas, Bo. I love what he said. He had not issues saying the Punisher gets killed and hail bullets and having a black guy take over, or a minority. Yeah, I talked about stuff like that. I don't have any problem with that. It's a non-issue, to me, when they do things like that. I really don't. I don't give it a lot of. I mean, the Punisher, Frank Castle, but the Punisher, because here's the thing, and some people will get upset about. Oh yeah, they've made other Punishers. They had a Frankenstein Punisher for a while. They also had a female Punisher for a while in the later run of the Punisher books. It's not a big deal. I think the Punisher is a character, or the Punisher character in general could actually fit on anyone and pass the mantle. I think that's one of the mantles that could be passed along quite easily, because they're like passing the mantle from Captain America to Falcon seems like a natural progression. I think something tragic could be passed along to like Frank Castle to someone else, and they take up the mantle of the Punisher. I could see that probably fitting better than taking up the mantle of Flash. I mean, I don't know, or a new Incredible Hulk or something like that, So it's much more easier to get to that point. something happened tragically in Frank Castle's life, turn him into the Punisher. Something else can happen tragically in someone's life, and then they become a vigilante or whatnot. To have someone, become another Hulk. Oh, I need your blood because I got sick or something like that. It's a little far fetched a little bit. I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Punisher War Journal, how you doing? Happy holidays. Perfect. You can respect someone yet still disagree on the certain things. That's awesome. Gonna get the new Punisher miniseries and Jason Aaron we trust and really dig Paul. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. If it's a good book, I could care less. I don't really care about the symbol. I shouldn't say that. I mean, I don't think that symbol's permanent. I think that's part of this, just the storyline. I think it's very similar to how they changed the Spider-Man character for a couple issues, or like Spider-Man's costume for a couple issues, and they're right back to the regular costume or whatnot. I think it's kind of something to do with that. So I don't think it's going to be permanent. I think it's going to just be part of the storyline. We'll just have to wait and see. But hell, Punisher can wear a white T-shirt for all I care. As long as he's doing his punishing thing. Pass the mantle. There you go. I think that's about it. I don't know if I have much more going on tonight. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about on Christmas Eve of 2021? Hopefully 2022 is an easier year. I didn't ask for any variants. I didn't ask for anything this year. We're doing some kind of weird gift exchange at my mom's house. We really don't do gifts at my dad's. But we're doing some weird gift thing at my mom's, and I don't know. You buy two gifts. You buy one shitty gift, and you buy one gift that nobody wanted, and then you bet on them. I'm like, oh, that's stupid. That's my sister's idea. I'm going to start my journey officially probably end of February, early March. That was the plan all along. Yeah. So end of February, early March, as the weather changes. I'm kind of following the weather. And I'll probably do some traveling locally in February, not too far out of the Pacific Northwest. And then in March, actually start on the road and everything. So, yeah, that's the kind of deal. Comics are you were looking forward to next year? The Scorched is one. I mean, that's just right around the corner, obviously. I'm looking forward to seeing where the Hulk goes. I'm hoping that kind of takes a turn and kind of gets better as time goes on. I don't know. I haven't really looked too much. There's a couple from Black Box that they've been talking to me about that sound pretty good. The volume 2 of the Recount, I'm looking forward to that for sure because I love the first one. I don't know. I need to do a little bit more research. It's like, as much as I enjoyed comics these last couple months, my head's been other places, just trying to get things taken care of. So I really, honestly, haven't been tremendously up to date with what's going on and what they're planning on doing. Obviously, the Punisher series being my favorite character, I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, that's pretty good. Just as long as it's a good story, I can deal with the rest of the crap. So. People talking crap about Jason Aaron's run is always hilarious because his style is, I know more about old comics than you and like stuff that's badass. So the complainers always look silly. Okay. Mike, hello. Thanks for doing the show. All us lonely guys out there are really happy we have someone. Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's kind of lonely here at the Bueller house. I literally just got on taking a nap before I got on here because I didn't have nothing going on today. I went to I didn't do anything today. I went to the coffee shop for like an hour, sat there longer than I probably should have. Came home, watched a little TV, took a nap, got up, and I was like, go lie because I'm not hanging out with any family today or nothing like that. So I haven't talked to anyone. I talked to my daughter earlier today. That's about it. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be filled with hanging out with my mom in the morning and then driving down to my dad's in the evening or the afternoon and seeing them. So that should be fun. No, I will not. I will try to do my best to keep you guys informed where I'm at. But I will not have a calendar where I'm going to be because I don't know. That's the thing. I don't want to have plans. The only plans I will probably be at the major Comic-Cons. That's kind of the deal I have with whatnot. So some of the Comic-Cons that they go to, I'll probably be at. So that's really about it. But as far as the rest of the stuff goes, nope. It just depends on where I'm at. If I like a place, I might stay there for a while. If I don't like it, I'll leave that same day. So I don't really have a calendar. So and I kind of want it that way. I don't want to promise someone, I'll be there in Utah and the 21st and not make it. So we're gonna keep it wide open. And but the nice thing is, say I get to your neighborhood, Steve, and you're like, oh, I can't see it today. I'm busy. I'm like, oh, don't worry, Steve. Call to stay another day. So there you go. That's kind of how I want it to be. So hopefully that'll work. Merry Christmas there, Kev. Bags, Tic Tac teeth. Merry Christmas. Here is your $2 gift wrap in a huge box. There you go. What? Marcus, Merry Christmas. Navvent just got here. Did you mention the Scumbag? Yes, of course. Scumbag was there was no particular order, but Scumbag is probably in my top 3, to be honest. Well, you do mostly digital on the road. I'll read mostly digital on the road because an email follows you wherever you go. So I'll read mostly digital, but I'll probably be picking up more comics because I'll be visiting more shops, and so I'll be buying more comics. And with the storage I have now underneath my seats, I have a lot of storage, and I can add a lot of comics to my collection, so I can buy more books. Well, I'm also going to be selling books on the whatnot thing. I just have to have them show me how to use it. I'm just being honest. But that's part of the deal. So I'm going to be selling on whatnot at least once a month, I believe, maybe more, depending on how it goes. And honestly, I'm pretty much just going to be giving stuff away. That Swamp Thing Green Hell looks pretty good. That comes out next week. That looks really good. I think it's a thicker one, so I don't know if I like those. Just want to say I enjoy your content. Also, I'm Bob's biggest fan. That's awesome, man. I'm one of Bob's biggest fans, too. Appreciate that, Daryl. It's a little bit serious, so no need for diehards to get too nervous. Yeah, the Punisher one, yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. Like I said, I think it's just in the story or what he's involved in the story for the change, and I think it, because people were like, oh, they've kind of done away with the Punisher, but Punisher's been in a couple books this year. The Marvels, he was in like 3 or 4 issues of that just recently, and he's doing this Punisher thing, shooting and punching and all that good stuff. So it's not like he's MIA. I mean, not as much as he used to, but he's still out there. Mark says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Look forward to reading Tales from the Dead Astronaut. Yeah, issue 2 comes out, doesn't it? I didn't see number 1. Keith Blaine said, I truly enjoyed the interview. I could tell you didn't agree fully, but the respect you showed. Yeah, I think you could kind of tell. I'm respectful, and I respected his opinion and stuff like that. And like I said, it's hard for me to try to put myself in the shoes of the actual creator who brought that to life. That's a whole different scenario from us talking about right here, and then the actual person who made it and is responsible for it. That's a whole nother burden. And so, and people are a little more protective about what they've made and put out there themselves. So I get it. But love the guy. Jerry Conley, he's one of my, I have total respect for him. Like I said, I don't have to agree with everything he says, but I have tremendous respect for what he's done and created and everything. My prize book in my collection is his creation. So thank you, Jerry Conley. Looking forward to having him back on the show. He's been on twice. So, Brett Hess Art, Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Proud of you, buddy, this year. Do I collect single Punisher? I do have a nice. I've had a decent Punisher collection. It's kind of fluctuated throughout time. I have like the main ones. I have the Punisher Limited Series 1 through 5. I have some of the Keyer Punisher ones, and then I've had the whole Punisher run, a couple times and stuff. So I have some of my more favorite ones: the Punisher War Journal 6 and 7. Punisher War Journal #1, the regular Punisher #1, stuff like that. So I read them all throughout the year, so I don't really need them to have them all anymore. But I don't agree with most of them. Yeah. He does not like that American Sniper guy. Oh, well. I guess you can't like everybody, right? Anything else going on? Any other questions or anything else? Not. You know what? I'm loving. I got this sweater vest. I love this thing, man. This might take the place of the vest, to be honest. This nice. It's been kind of chilly lately, so I got this nice scarf and whatnot, man. This is comfortable. Got some on there. I can't get it off. Let's stay in there. I don't know. Yeah, man, this thing is comfortable, dude. Pockets need to be a little bit bigger. The stuff keeps falling out. But besides that, I feel like a total Big Lebowski. Which is great, because 2022 is all about the year of the comfortable Bueller. So it's the new clothes, nice comfort, stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm going for. So, let's see, anything on here that I can share here? I don't think I have anything on here. Yeah, new 2022 wardrobe, yeah. I was talking to Bob. I think I'm going to kind of somewhat retire the vest a little bit. And not make it such a regular thing. I'll wear it like at events and stuff like that. But just being in the bus and having a confined space and kind of shooting stuff on the fly and everything, just make it a little bit easier for me. What is your opinion on the World of Kryptonite? I believe the cover definitely misled the reader. I didn't see it. Man. Now you got me wondering. That's one thing I can't stand, man. You get a book, and I said it earlier this year with Department of Truth. I don't know what issue, 5 or 6 or whatever that was. You saw the cover. Obviously, the cover looks how they look. And then you got used to the interior artwork for the series, and you looked in there, and it looked like something on the Saturday morning cartoons. I was like, what is this shit? And I hate that. I hate when it doesn't live up there. The more recent book that I was like really disappointed with the artwork was The Thing. The Thing came out, and like a couple of covers were pretty cool looking. And then the interior artwork for the Thing was just abysmal. And I was like, oh my God, that's too bad. So, but no, I missed out on that one. Now I'm curious. I'll have to check it out. Edwin, the video on the bus, what did you not? What does that mean? The video on the bus. What did you not? What does that mean? Other than Discover Punisher and Spider-Man's Digest reprint edition, my first Punisher comic was Jim Lee Punisher War Journal. His Punisher War Journals were just so freaking good, man. Those covers are just awesome. I loved them. Loved them. Yeah, I would have to say Jim Lee Punisher War Journal all the way. All the way. 6 and 7, right? Wolverine. Awesome. And the one with the one I had on the thumbnail, that was number 2. He's taking his shirt off like that. That's pretty cool. Kind of like his Superman pose almost. But yeah, looking forward to filming on the bus. Me and Damien is going to be my guest for not this coming Monday because we don't have a coffee video on Monday. I do have a haul video that I made on the bus because I bought some books the other day from a local antique shop. So there's about 40 books. It's a nice little haul video that I got. And so that'll be on Monday in place of the coffee video because we're not doing a coffee video this weekend because of the Christmas and stuff. But next week, so a week from this Monday, Damien, Sleepy Reader, will be the guest on the coffee video. And we're probably going to shoot it on the bus again. So I'm trying to work out the kinks on the bus before I go, as far as getting the camera set, getting the sound just right, because I noticed that the sound echoes a little differently inside a small space. The windows, even though it was like early in the morning, it was dark outside. And even though the windows are tinted, man, the light from the outside coming in just really washed out a lot of the colors. So I got to adjust that somehow. So I got a little bit of work to do. So I'm going to try to get some stuff done before I leave so that way I know how to do it. What did you not like about the bus video? Oh, well, I just told you right there. Those couple things. The audio needs to be a little bit better. I think I've already fixed that part, and then adjusting of the lights and getting stuff. And there was a little bit of smoke and mirrors. Like there was actual. I didn't have the table done. That was in the video that me and Bob did. I actually had we were just using like some kind of portable thing to make it look like there was a table there, but there wasn't. And now I actually put the table in there, and so it made it a little easier for us to sit down and kind of display stuff and everything. So I finished some things I needed to finish. So, but yeah, those two things. But I think it's gonna work out pretty good. I got to work on the background a little bit. I got some stickers and I got to finish painting and stuff, and but when it's all said and done, it should be fine. Brian, happy holidays. Appreciate you stopping in. What's up, man? Look at that picture of you. Hope you're doing well. Brian's a friend of mine that's recently getting back into comics. That's pretty cool. He has a long history with comics, but now he's experiencing it yet again. Maybe I am crazy, but I like the Dolph Lundgren movie of the Punisher the best. I think the best Punisher is how he was portrayed in the Daredevil series, even better than the TV Punisher show. I like the Dolph Lundgren one too. I remember watching that. I was really enjoyed seeing that and stuff. And of course, I was like the whole Ivan Drago thing, back then, Masters of the Universe and stuff, which he was doing. The other movies that they've done for the Punisher, the war was it Warzone or whatnot? I think that was probably I enjoyed that one. I didn't care for the one with Tom Jane in it and John Travolta. I didn't think that was that great. And then the series was hit and miss. I think you're right. I think I enjoyed him more the portrayal in the Daredevil series than I did the actual Punisher 2 seasons that they did. Brian, it's going good, although I'm on my cell phone Christmas Eve, so I hope I get richer or comics get cheaper. Well, yeah. A dolphin is the name of my pet dolphin. There you go. That's pretty cool. That's funny. But yeah, I miss me some good Dolph Lundgren. He was the best He-Man. I think he was the only He-Man, right? They haven't made another He-Man, did they? I don't think so. There's some weird characters in that movie, though. Yeah, I am cranberry juice and coffee. Sometimes you gotta mix it up, right? All right, anything else? I can't think of anything else. I'm gonna be up late tonight because I slept for like 4 hours. I finished my wash. Let me read a couple books that came out this week. I don't know what I got. Not very much. I know the new Gunslinger came out. That's about it. All right, you guys want to wrap it up or what? Is this it? Are we done? Or is there anything else? I don't have anything on my list, so. Warzone movie was pretty. Yeah, that's probably the one I like the best. What did I think of Fear State? Not a lot. My wish was Punisher by Daniel Warren Johnson. That'd be cool. It'd be pretty gritty. Big Herm, take care, buddy. Appreciate you, my friend. All right. Excuse me. Like I said, we don't have a coffee video on Monday. I have a haul video instead of some books. And I'll be back later in the week with other stuff. So, looking forward to shooting more stuff on the van. The van's going good. $2 super chat. I wish I could give more. You know what? $2 is good, man. I appreciate that, Brian. Merry Christmas, my friend. At $2 will get me what I need. Because I don't need a lot. So thank you, sir. Seriously, everyone, it's been a really fun, let's see. It's been an interesting year, and ups and downs, good times, bad times, or whatnot. But it's always nice to know I can come back here and kind of hang out with everyone and enjoy talking with the people who enjoy the same thing I enjoy. So it's always nice to have that. Even when it's on a Christmas Eve and you're by yourself, it's like, oh, am I really by myself? Or do I just have to take a few minutes to plug in on the internet and say hello to some really good people? And instead of just sitting in my house tonight and doing nothing and kind of feeling alone, I was like, you know what? Let's talk to some good people. And for the last hour and 15 minutes, that's all I've been able to do. So thank you so much, everyone who has joined. If you're still here or if you were here earlier, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, everyone. He who remains, how you doing? Just about. It's okay. I'm just about to wrap it up, so you're good. But Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully next year is more ups than there are downs. And looking forward to all my travels and doing some really neat things and meeting a lot of you guys as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Enjoy your friends and family. Get some variants for Christmas. Some gifts and all that good stuff. And Cool Comics, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Matt, happy holidays to you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much again. Take care, and I will see you on Monday morning with the haul video. It's not going to be live. It'll be recorded. But anyway. All right, take care. Appreciate it. Later.